Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Rampage. Hi, welcome to Rampage or Ramfru. I, Mike Lane, Tony Schiavone, and Elijah Burke here. And today on Rampage or Ramfru, we're going to see Over Mario here today on Rampage or Ramfru, Mike Lane says. That's right, Mike. That's right, Mike. We're going to see Over Mario here today on Rampage or Ramfru. But he's been in a toy wrestling gathering since 2008 YL, so he is no newcomer. A former two-time TWF Tag Team fighter with his younger brother Luigi, Tony Schiavone says. You got that right, Elijah Burke says. But this Mario is the one that was being sold at Walmart or Target at one time, or Goal one time, before it was given away to the Vinlander Thrift Middle, and that's how he got here today. So we're going to see him. And I can tell you one thing, Elijah Burke says, I always liked Mario. All of his film games on every Nintendo or film game player has ever been. You know? Mario is well known of all the Nintendo cells or Gate of Heaven cells, and even though, Mario might have a little bind, and here he is in the ring. Alright everyone, alright friends, it's time for the Over Mario Brothers Over show. Yes, that was the saying on the first Deke one, and Deke went on to do Mario Brothers 3, also went on to do Mario Brothers in Deadweight World. Now, I am a Deke self, but I'm also a Disney self, and I'm also a Nintendo self. You're like, how can you be a Nintendo self? Or, how can you be a Disney self? Or a Deke self? Well, because Nintendo or Gate of Heaven crafted my film games and made my dolls. And Deke made my drawing show that had about 4 followings to itself. And Disney made my first live film. So that's how I could be a self from all 3 of those things. And I understand that I need to get my younger brother Luigi, and when I get him, then we'll be in our big offshoot. Hold it right there, Mario. I mean, come on. That's Baron Corbin, Mike Lane says. And Baron Corbin has never ever been good. He's been a heel in his whole run in WWE. On NXT and SmackDown and Raw and SmackDown and Raw and SmackDown. He's been a heel. He's played sundry selves over the years. One time he was the main overseer. First he was the lone wolf, the wolf killer. Then he was the main overseer of Raw. Then he was the king of the ring. Then he was happy. Then he was broke. Then he was happy. Then he was sad. And who knows what offshoot of himself he's playing these days. What Mike Lane says. Oh, I don't know which one he's playing these days. Mike Lane, Tony Schiavone said he was playing the lone wolf Baron Corbin, the wolf killer Baron Corbin, the main overseer of Raw Baron Corbin, King of the Ring Baron Corbin, Happy Baron Corbin, Broke Baron Corbin, the next wrestling god Baron, the new wrestling god Baron Corbin, or Sad Baron Corbin, or whatever offshoot of Baron Corbin he's playing these days. But he's still a bully, still a creep, and still a heel, Tony Schiavone said. Well, Elijah Burke says, at least there's one thing about Baron Corbin that hasn't shifted over the years. They have kept him to be a heel, a bully and a creep, Elijah Burke says. Let me tell you something, Mario. Or is that even your true name? Mario is the Italish borrowed name, which is a take off the French's borrowed name, Martin. So, at the end of the day, and you're a watersmith? Come on. What watersmith has a hat that says M for Mario. Oh God, like no one even knows you're Mario. You dress in red all the time. You got overwells that are blue all the time. You got your gloves on. Oh, I guess those are your watersmith wearing gloves. You got brown shoes. Your nose is freaking big. And you know at the end of the day, Mario, that you can't make up. And at the end of the day, your girlfriend or wife or whatever she is can't make up her mind if there's either Peach or Daisy or Toadstool. I don't freaking care. I don't. Well, Baron Corbin, you seem to have a bind with hating on folks. First, you were taking it out on Disney selves. Then you started taking it out on Sega selves. And then now you're taking it out on Nintendo selves or Gateway of Heaven selves. Gate of Heaven selves. For your needed thing, I am a watersmith by trade. Alright? 2, I don't know why you came out here and started shit with me. I don't have anything against you. And 3, yeah, I really don't know what her name is. I mean, yeah, it's Peach in the Nintendo world, or the Gate of Heaven world. It's Daisy for the Disney world for the first film. It's Toadstool for Deaconette. But at the end of the day, I know, Baron Corbin, you started something. You want to be a bully, a creep in the heel. Well, you're like, you know who you're like? There are 2 folks out there that have hated me for years. One of them was Bowser Koopa. The other one was Wario. Who the hell he is, I don't know. And those are my 2 biggest foes. And whoever that other, you know. So we're going to have a match here today. And yeah, you see that Fight Lord? Well, or that match overling or whatever you want to call him. Well, now he's in the ring now. And Mario says we're going to have a fight. Ding ding. Oh! And this is not the first time, Mike Lane says, that Mario has wrestled or fought in the Toy Wrestling Federation. The Toy Wrestling Gathering. That's right. That's right, Mike Lane. Tony Schiavone says Mario has been a wrestler or a fighter in the Toy Wrestling Gathering since 2008 YL, when he bought his first toys from Walmart. Well, I can tell you one thing, Mike Lane says. Baron Corbin has picked the wrong watersmith to start a fight with. You know, this watersmith is not. It can also fight back. Well, I can tell you right now, Elijah Burke says Mario might have been one of the well-known Nintendo cells, or, you know, Gate of Heaven cells, and he's still well known and liked by everyone. And at the end of the day, that was something that Sonic, one of Mario's former foes, now friends, was seeking to take away from him. And yeah, and Elijah Burke says, I do feel sorry for Bowser Koopa and Wario, because they got to deal with him every day. Deal with him every day. He's always starting shit with. Every day, Mike Lane said, another drop kick and down goes Baron Corbin. If I know right, Bowser Koopa and Wario have been doing wrongs, and Mario and his brother Luigi and Peach have always been and have all been always sorry, have been righting those wrongs. Elijah Burke, Mike Lane says. A body slam by Baron Corbin, Mike Lane says. Well, Tony Schiavone says Baron Corbin is now hoping that he's going to get the opening, the luck, the time he's looking for to get even with Mario. Oh! Mario or Martin, whatever you want to call him. The French is borrowed name, the Ital is borrowed name. One has an O in it, the other one does not. neither names belong to English. One's a Frenchish name and the other one is an Italish name, Tony Schiavone says. And Mario right now is having a bind with Baron Corbin, who is doing the end of days. Oh! To Mario, Tony Schiavone says. Mike Lane says now he's going to do the deep six to Mario. And will Mario get out of this one? Baron Corbin deep sixed at Mario. Mike Lane says, no, I don't think the Water Smith is going to get out of this one. I don't think Mario, or Over Mario, or whatever you want to call him, I don't think Mario is going to get out of it. 1, 2, and a kick out. Mario is kicked out here. Mario Russo. That is Mario's kin name. Mario Russo is now coming back now. We know what Mario's kin name was. It was Russo, which is one of the sundriest Italish kin names, or Italish kin names. And now, Mario drop kicked and took down Baron Corbin, Mike Lane says. Oh, and I also guess Tony Schiavone said that Mario is a Romish Christendom folk, right? Tony Schiavone says that Mario belongs to the Romish Christendom, offshoot of Christendom, I guess. Well, if he does, Mike Lane said, his beliefs or worship doesn't play into this right now, Mike Lane says. And God and Jesus know that would forgive Mario for this mistake. But Mario had, Baron Corbin started this, and this is fake fighting. It's not true fighting. So I would guess that God and Jesus would know it's not true fighting, and they wouldn't see this being sinful or unlawful, Mike Lane says. But anyway, Mario right now is going to come back and come back. And oh, Mario missed with that spin kick. Baron Corbin did that spin kick and now he's down, Mike Lane says. I can tell you one thing right now, Tony Schiavone says. Mario is now back in that bind again that he wanted to get out of, Tony Schiavone says. And now Baron Corbin is getting ready to beat him, Tony Schiavone says. Well, look, Mike Lane said, it's Toast or Daisy or Peach. Oh, great. What is Daisy, Toast, or Peach doing there? Elijah Burke says. Hey! She just slapped Baron Corbin, and the Fight Lord is telling Toast or Peach or Daisy, whoever she is, to get out of the ring, get away from ringside. And that's going to be the opening Mario's going to need now, because Mario now's gone. Oh! Here we go, Mike Lane says. That's unfair, Elijah Burke says. Yes, life is unfair, Tony Schiavone says. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner, Mario. And Mario, well, Baron Corbin gets out of the ring. The match overling gets out of the ring. Mario's in the ring now. Toadstool's in the ring now, or Peach or Daisy, whatever you want to call her, Mike Lane says. You got sundriest names, Mike Lane says, so whatever name you choose to call her by is good enough, I guess. Tony Schiavone says, some were going to say, Mike, that it was unfair for Toadstool or Daisy or Peach to help her husband or boyfriend, whatever Mario is to her, in his match against Baron Corbin. I'll tell you right now, Elijah Burke says, that makes Mario a weakling. That makes his win cheap in my book. Because Mario had to get help from his wife or his girlfriend or whatever she is to him. Because he couldn't beat Baron Corbin by himself. Well, speaking about that, we're going to have Mario. Renee Young now is now going to be talking with Mario now. Alright, Mike Lane, Tony Schiavone, I'm going to be talking with Over Mario or Mario Russo here today. Alright, Mario, you've been in a toy wrestling gathering since 2008 YL. You're a former 2-time TWF Tag Team Fighter. And this would be, I guess, your first singles match. Yes, it would be my first singles match in the toy wrestling gathering, Renee Young. I have been in a toy wrestling gathering since 2008 YL. You know. Or most likely I've been in a toy wrestling gathering since 2009 YL. Well, even earlier than that, I would guess. So anyway, yeah, I had this run-in with Baron Corbin, who is acting like a bully, playing like a bully, like Bowser Koopa or Wario, and I don't understand what he's got against me. I mean, I never did nothing to him. If he would have hired me to work on his waterworks, I would have done it. You see, for whatever ground sake or why, only known to Baron Corbin, he took it out on me. I didn't do anything to him. I was minding my own business, and he comes out and starts something. Well, Mario, what do you think about some folks who might scathe your match or scathe you and say that Toast or Peach or Daisy helped you out to beat Baron Corbin here today on Rampage or Ramproof? Well, anyway, Renee, folks will scathe you for many things. Folks will guilt you and shame you for many things. They might even slight you for things. But I can't be helped. Whatever someone is going to scathe or shame or guilt or slight me, it is what it is. Alright? I didn't ask for Daisy or Peach or Toastal to help me, but I am thankful that she did help me. Alright, Toastal, Daisy, Peach, whatever you want to call yourself, why did you help Mario? Because I'm always sick and tired of folks bullying the shit out of us. First, we had to deal with Bowser Koopa, and still deal with Bowser Koopa, still to this day. We had to deal with Wario, and whatever his bullshit was. And don't forget about how we deal with Avro Eggman, because sometimes Mario and Sonic have overlaps, round overs between each other, so we deal with that creep. And then even before Bowser Koopa, or before Wario, or even before him, we had to deal with Donkey Kong and his bullshit. I'm just sick and tired of folks starting shit with us. I had Austin Ferry start shit with me. Now I have Baron Corbin starting shit with Mario. So yeah, I did come out to help Mario. And if someone either guilts me or shames me or scathes me for it, oh well, Renee Young, I don't really care. Anyway, Baron Corbin is a bully, a creep, a heel, like Bowser Koopa, like Wario, and I wasn't going to stand for it anymore. No, I was not. At the end of the day, I wasn't going to stand by and watch Mario get put in a bind by some bully, by some creep, by some heel. No. You would do the same thing if your husband, John Moxley, Dean Ambrose, was in the same bind, would you not, Renee? Yes, I would help him. See? So, if you would help Dean Ambrose or John Moxley out, whatever you want to call him, then I would help Mario the same way. Alright, that's my talk with Mario and Peach. Back to you, Mike Lane and Tony Schiavone. Well, thank you, Renee Young, for talking with Mario and Peach here today on Rampage or Ramproof. And it is all the time we got here for Rampage or Ramproof. I, Mike Lane, Tony Schiavone, and Elijah Burke. We hope you like Rampage or Ramproof, and we'll see you tomorrow for Collision or Hit.